Good evening, everyone. It is another Monday night, and welcome to Mrs. Taylor's math class. Tonight, we are going to continue on doing our GED sample math questions. If you know someone who is interested in getting their GED and they need some help with studying, you can send them my way. I do offer private tutoring, and the link to the tutoring information form is in the description for this live session. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I did get these questions from testguide.com. This is the practice quiz number 2. So, the first question says 1/3 of candidates for a job were 25 years old or younger. 2/7 of the candidates were at least 50 years old. If 84 people applied for the job, how many were between 25 and 50? So let's get started with this question here. So 1/3 of the candidates were 25 years old or younger. That's one group that we have. So we have 3 different groups. The first group is 25 years old or younger. The second group is going to be between 25, let me put the word between 25 and 50. And then our third group is at least 50 years old. Okay, so what they said about each group, and first, so let's stop. This is a total of 84 people. So let me say that first before I move on. So it's a total of 84 people. So what they said about each group is that 1/3 of the candidates is 25 years or older. So let's do this one first. So for this group, I'm going to say 1/3 times 84 people. And that's going to give me, let's see what number that's going to be. That's going to give me 28 people. So to do this math, I would put a 1 under here and make that 84 a fraction and say 1 times 84, you get 84. 3 times 1, you get 3. Do your division and you get 28. So this is a makeup of 28 people. So now the other information they gave me was about this age group. It says 2/7 of the candidates are at least 50 years old. So that is going to be 2 over 7 times 84 people. Okay, so I only want a fraction of those people. So I'm going to again change this 84 to a fraction by making it 84 over 1. I can multiply 84 times 2. And when I do that, I get 168. And then 7 times 1 is 7. So again, we do division. And we get 24. So in this age group, there are 24 people. Now to find out how many people are between the ages of 25 and 50, we're going to add this 28 and 24 together. That's going to get 12. That'll be 52. So to find this out, I need to say 84 minus 52, and I get 32 people are in between the ages of 50 and, well, 25 and 50. So I would pick this answer choice here. let's go to the next question. So for this question, it says, which of the following is a of 450, factor of 450, and a multiple of 25? Okay, so first off, you gotta know your vocabulary here. Factors means what two numbers can I multiply to get 450, okay? And multiples means can I want to count by 25s. So when you talk about multiples, just as an example, to count by 25s, you got 25, um, what's that, 50, 75, 100, and so on, okay? And then factors would be like 1 times 450 gets me 450, or 2 times 225 gets me 450. So some factors would be 1, 2, 225. Woo, I messed that up. Hold on. 225, 450. These are examples of factors for the number 450. There are a lot more than this, but there are plenty more. But those are examples of factors. So, anywho, when you're trying to answer this question, I would start out with the multiples of 25. Looking at your answer choices, we know that 30 is not a multiple of 25, so I can eliminate that answer. And 90 is not a multiple of 25, so I can eliminate that answer. Now, both of these numbers are factors for 50, but they don't satisfy the other portion as far as being a multiple of 25, so we can't use those answers. Now we know that 75 is a multiple of 25 because I wrote it here, and when you it's 25 times 3, okay, and then we know that 100 is a multiple of 25, so we say 25 times 4. But which one of these is going to be also a factor of 450? So that's a matter of, you could do division. You could say 450 divided by 75. You could also say 450 divided by 100. Well, if you know anything about, count by 100s, you're not going to get the 450, so we can eliminate that and just go with 75. Okay? Let's go to the next question. So it says the next 3 questions refer to this situation. So it says the formula h minus 15 equals 3.2t gives the height h in inches of a plant t weeks after planting, which is the rate at which the plant height is increasing. So, on the mathematical side, this is talking about the slope and the y-intercept. So we call this slope-intercept form. Okay, that's the formal mathematical way of doing things. On the common sense side, you just got to really think about this. Okay, so here's what this means. You got h minus 15 equals 3.2 t. The h stands for the height of the plant, and the t stands for the time, which we're measuring time in weeks. Okay, so it wants to know, well, what is the rate? In the math terms, they also want to know, this is the rate is the same thing as saying the slope. Slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The m would be your slope, and the b will be your y-intercept, and I'm going to put y-intercept there. Okay, so in this case, they're looking for the rate of what's happening each week. So each week, the plant is going to grow 3.2 inches. That's what this means here. I could rewrite this equation as h minus 15 equals 3.2t. I could add 15 to both sides. And so now I'm at h equals 3.2t plus 15. That is the same format as y equals mx plus b, where the m, or the 3.2, would be your rate, and the b would be your y-intercept, or in this case, your initial value, or in this case, the initial height of the plant. So what's the rate that is growing? It's going to be 3.2 inches per week. What this number here shows, 18.2 shows what happens after 1 week. So when t is equal to 1 or 1 week, the plant has grown to a height of 18.2 inches because you did 15 is where it started, and then you added 3.2 to it to get 18.2. So that's happening for 1 week. This is your initial value, and you wouldn't put a per week on it. And this number here is a distractor. That's there. It shouldn't be there, but they put that in there just to confuse you. Okay? So let's go to the next problem here. Again, we're working with the same formula. H minus 15 equals 3.2t. And where the h gives you the height in inches and t gives you the number of weeks. So they say, how high was the initial height of the shrub? And like I said before, it started out at 15 inches. Again, you could rewrite this formula in the slope-intercept form by adding 15 to both sides. And h is equal to 3.2t plus 15. Again, if you are studying for the GED, you need to look up slope-intercept form. Look up that form. That is what this is. But you especially need to find problems that are dealing with the translation of problems like this. So 15 would be the initial height, or 15 inches is the initial height of the shrub. Okay, next one. We're using the same formula. So the formula h minus 15 equals 3.2t gives the height in inches of the plant and t weeks after planting. So it says, when was the height 31 inches? So now they're telling you that the value of h is 31. So this is just a matter of plugging this information into the equation. So we have 31 minus 15 is equal to 3.2t. So let's calculate that. 31 minus 15 is get me 16 equal to 3.2t. And I need to divide both sides by 3.2. And so the value of t, which is going to be time in weeks, is going to be 5. So the shrub or the plant is 31 inches in 5 weeks. So our answer choices are giving us the range. So we're just going to go pick the one that's the last one. It says sometime between 3 and 7 weeks, and that's what we're going to pick. Okay, let's keep going. So it says the next 3 questions refer to the diagram. It says a graph of the temperature, capital T, degrees Fahrenheit, in a refrigerator T hours after midday. So what is the equation of the axis of symmetry of this graph? So the axis of symmetry is basically where can I split this graph down the middle to make it look the same on both sides. And that is going to be here. This is my axis of symmetry. So they want to know what's the equation of this line. So this line goes through the x-axis, but it's really the y-axis. So this is the y-axis, and they named the y-axis capital T. Looking at your answer choices, you want to eliminate the lowercase t because that's going to be your x-axis. So we're going to say no to this one and no to this one. So does t go through 0 or does it go through 9? And it's going through 0. So we want capital T is equal to 0. That's what we want. Okay, let's keep going. So if necessary to find, is it necessary to find the times when the temperature is 8 degrees Fahrenheit? Which of the following is the correct equation to do this? Now, to do this, first of all, I like to work backwards on this kind of stuff. I know in order to find the equation of this parabola, if I know the solutions, then I could pretty much find the equation. So the solutions to this parabola are here and here. So I know that t is equal to -3 and t is equal to 3 when capital T is 0. So I'm going to work backwards. So capital T is going to equal t plus 3 and t minus 3. Now, how did I get that? I probably should start over. Hold on. So what I did to get that answer is I added 3 to both sides. Got my 0 pair, and so t plus 3 is equal to 0. And over here, I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. And I get t minus 3 is equal to 0. So I'm going to put these two together because it is a parabola. So you got t plus 3 and t minus 3 is equal to capital T. And so so far I don't see that answer, but if I do if I distribute, or in this case, some of y'all might know this as FOIL, the FOIL method. We usually don't call it that nowadays, but we do the FOIL method, the first, outer, the inner, and the last. So this would be t squared minus 3t plus 3t, and then minus 9 is equal to capital T. And so this middle part here gets me a 0, so I could cross that out. So I'm left with t squared minus 9 is equal to capital T. Now, they say what happens when the temperature is 8 degrees. So capital T does stand for the temperature. So it'd be t squared minus 9 is equal to 8. Now, with this, they say the answer is C. It looks different from my problem, and I'm not sure why they have it this way, but that is the answer that was on the website. I don't really agree with it. I think it should be t squared minus 9 equals 8 versus 9 minus t squared. But that's just me. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, but I am pretty good at math. But we'll go with that because that's the other ones do not make sense. So that's what they had on the website. I don't agree with that answer, but maybe somebody from the website can let me know what it is. So let's keep going. So now here's the other question. Which of the following is the equation of the straight line joining the points on the graph corresponding to t equals 2 and t equals 1. So the reason why they say straight line is because this is a parabola and it does curve. But with the straight line, you can find the slope between these 2 points. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope. So in order to find the slope of 2 points, it is going to be, the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have the ordered pairs, and I'm gonna write them again just so you can see how I'm gonna pick them. I have 1 and 8, and 2 and 5. When I label them, I'm gonna label them x1 and y1, and this is going to be x2 and y2. So I get 5 minus 8 over 2 minus 1. This is going to get me negative 3 over 1, which is negative 3. So that's my slope. Now remember, I'm still working with this general equation, y equals mx plus b. So in order to put it in this type of format, I have my value for m, which is negative 3. I need a value for b. So I could pick either one of these points and plug it into this formula. So I'm going to pick the 1 and the 8. So the 1 is going to be my x value and the 8 is going to be my y value. So y equals mx plus b. This is going to be 8 equals m, which is negative 3, times x, which is 1, plus b. And I get a equals negative 3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides. And you get 11 is equal to b. Now, you have a value for b. You have a value for m. So you can plug into you can create your formula. So your formula is going to be y equals m, which is negative 3, x, plus b, which is 11. But if you notice, they don't have the letters y or x in their answer choices. They have lowercase t and uppercase t. So the lowercase t is the same thing as the x value. And the capital T, which is here, is the same thing as the y value. So this is going to be capital T is equal to negative 3 times the lowercase t plus 11. But look at what your answer choices. We still don't have the same format. So I need to bring my term that has the t in it on the other side of the equation. So I'm going to add 3t to both sides, and you get t plus 3t is equal to 11. And that is answer choice, or the first one. I guess we'll just call it A. All right, let's keep going. So for this question, it says the following 2 questions relate to the sphere shown below. So the formula for the volume of a sphere is 4 times pi times r cubed, or to the 3rd power, divided by 3. Which of the following is the closest approximation to the volume when r, the radius, is 11 inches? Now, the best thing about this problem is that they went ahead and gave you the formula. So, V equals 4 times pi, which is 3.14, times radius cubed. In this case, the radius is 11. So 11 to the 3rd power. And then all of this is divided by 3. Now, do you know what 11 to the 3rd power is? That is the same thing as saying 11 times 11 times 11. That's the translation of 11 to the third power. So let's get our calculator out. Let's calculate all of this. 4 times pi times 11 to the third power, and then divided by 3. And so your volume comes out to be 5,572 and 4, 5533. Okay, so looking at your answer choices, you're going to pick this one, 5573 cubic inches. That's the closest answer we have. And so they say, what's the closest approximation? And that's the answer we got, 5,573 cubic inches. Now, we're using the same picture for this problem here. It says, if the radius of the sphere were doubled, by what factor would the surface area be enlarged? Now, you can use the radius from the previous problem, or you can make up a radius. It really doesn't matter. What you need to be concerned with is what is the factor um, that the surface area has grown, by what factor. Okay, so here's what they mean. I'm just going to pick any radius. So I'm going to say radius, let's say radius is equal to 2. And then if I double my radius, if I double r, then I get 4. So what we're going to do is do the surface area with both of these radii. So they already gave you the formula. So they say surface area is equal to 4 times pi times r squared. So let's just do this formula twice. So the first one, surface area, is 4 times 3.14 times 2 squared. And then the other one is going to be surface area is 4 times 3.14 times 4 squared. So let's do this one first, the one in yellow. When I put this in the calculator, I get, let's see, 4 times 3.14 times 2 squared, which is really 4. I get 50.24. Now let's do the one in the green. 4 times 3.14 times 4 squared, which is 16. I get the surface area of 200.96. Now to see what factor is it enlarged, by what factor is enlarged, just do division. 20.96 divided by 50.24. And you get 4. So, by what factor would the surface area be enlarged? It would be enlarged by a factor of 4. And that's it. That's it. That's all. Okay, so I think that's it. Yes, that is it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Another night of math. So next week, I think I'm going to be doing another lesson on GED. If you know anyone who is in need of help with studying for the GED, please send them my way. But until next time, ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.